Here's what's happening in Dallas, Texas, in particular in Fort Worth, Texas, when it comes to the Historic Stockyards, which is getting a massive overhaul. Now, it is making some headlines with an ambitious new project in the Historic Stockyards district, where a $1 billion expansion has officially moved forward. Fort Worth's latest undertaking is a game changer that will transform the stockyards from an already popular spot to something so much more. Now, we'll explore the details of this expansion and how the city plans to keep one of the city's most iconic destinations up to date. And we'll also talk about how this investment could affect the local real estate market, of course. Now, in June of 2024, the City Council unanimously approved the next phase of development for the Historic Stockyards, aiming to modernize the look and feel of the entire area. The Stockyards, known for their history in cattle trading and Western culture, has been a popular spot for locals and visitors for decades, with bars, restaurants, shops, and live events. Developers have already begun laying out their plans, which include a mix of commercial, residential, and hospitality components designed to attract even more locals and tourists alike. So the expansion is estimated to cost $1 billion, and by the time it's finished, with investors committing about $630 million to the project, while the city of Fort Worth will contribute about $380 million in incentives. Now, some of those highlights include a 500-room hotel, and that will cater to the growing number of visitors to the stockyards. This will be complemented by a new multifamily property offering more residential options in the heart of this historic district. It's an effort to support the influx of residents and tourists. The plan also calls for the construction of 2 underground parking lots, which will add about 1,300 parking spaces to the area. Now, if you've visited the stockyards, you know that parking has always been an issue, and it has been growing in popularity over the years, and so that solution is very much needed. Now, the expansion doesn't stop there. One of the most exciting aspects of the expansion is the planned renovations to the Cowtown Coliseum, a historic venue that has been a staple of Fort Worth Western culture. The Coliseum holds over 350 events per year, making it one of the largest economic drivers in the entire development, so planners want to keep the venue updated and able to meet those demands. Now, these updates will modernize the Coliseum, ensuring it continues to host events and rodeos that draw crowds from across the country while maintaining the historic integrity that visitors have grown to love. Now, when asked if the expansion was necessary, one of the developers just said, it's really more about enhancing the experience. So as of now, if visiting for the day, you could spend about 2 hours at the stockyards and you'll have seen everything. Their goal is to bring that time up, giving visitors the opportunity to spend the entire day at the stockyards. Now, there has been some skepticism by the public that these expansions will lead to the over-commercialization of the stockyards. Developers have insisted that they intend to be stewards of the development and aim to keep the historic charm alive. This Phase 2 development is a long-term project with an expected completion date of around late 2032, but the impact of the Fort Worth community could be felt much sooner. So as the project progresses, the stockyards are poised to become a major economic driver for the city, and the infusion of both public and private capital is expected to boost Fort Worth's economy and attract new businesses and, of course, create jobs in the area. And how does that affect real estate in the area, which is our favorite subject? Well, let's take a look. Now, you can see here back in September of 2019, if you bought a home around the area of the stockyards, the median home price was around $206,000. That's hard to believe, right? Fast forward to September of 2024, and we're looking at $383,500 for the median home price in that area. That is an increase of over $177,000 in equity, and that's about 85% increase in equity in the median home price there in and around the stockyards. So that is massive. That means if you live in that area, you could be sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity. If you're curious about your home value, check the description below. You can do that for free. And then also check out this next video, because it's also going to give you a major update on Dallas.